All right, local swell trackers, it's Tuesday, the 17th of June. Time marches on. We're heading towards the summer solstice and, of course, International Surfing Day this Saturday, the 21st. But we're going to go back to Wednesday, June 11th and look at the zonal jet stream. These are upper air currents about 30,000 feet up that steer the storms and enhance them depending on the level of depth and wind speed in these troughs in the upper atmosphere. Ice shelf has moved up, and a lot of the storms are hugging that Ross ice shelf and not allowing for the big swells. But things are changing, an overall pattern. We'll click in the animations and let you see the first one here that led to some surf. That guy right there is going to lead to some surf this Sunday, Monday. Should be 2 to 3 feet with a chance of higher sets. The thing is, it's going to be sideband swell. The wind vectors are crossing the Great Circle rays relative to Hawaii. We like these winds to move straight up, and we'll have some of that to show you in just a moment. That guy right there fades off. It's not going to be a long-lasting event, and that's going to be 16 seconds filling in Sunday with 1 foot 16 seconds from the south-southwest, or 209 degrees. Peak on Monday at 2 feet 15 seconds. That's enough for solid 3 feet. Some spots slightly bigger, like a foot overhead. That'll fade out on Tuesday as 22-second forerunners fill in from a much more significant event. And we'll keep you posted on that shortly. So let's again run through the hindcasting models from StormSurf. They're very zonal. And then we get one patch of winds right here to bring us up some waves for the upcoming late weekend, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. And we also, let me back the models up here and show you, there's been patches of winds down here bringing us in some background southeast wind swell, and that's been ongoing now for quite a while, and it's just been 2.5 feet. But spots like Diamond Head and Sandy's that like the trade wind and southeast angle combos have been seeing some bigger sets. But there's the patch of winds showing us why we've been seeing that. And now we start with today. We are looking at some storms coming up here toward the Tasman Sea, and another one that's going to be hugging the east coast of New Zealand. Let's get these animations going here. You can see that guy slams right into it, but it merges with some storm activity down by the Ross ice shelves, forms a very big storm right where we like it, moving northeast just how we like it with some partially captured fetch. The limiting factor is that it is close to the east coast, and, well, fetches can't form to their optimum potential near land. But look at that guy. He's big and beautiful, and this will be one of the more significant swells we'll see this summer. Now, right now, the models are claiming some 22-second forerunners. There's 38-foot seas in this guy, and it does end up fading off, but it's going to last quite a while. So we are talking Tuesday, 1 foot 22-second forerunners, building up to 3 feet 20 seconds on Wednesday, and peaking 4, maybe 5 feet 16 seconds on Thursday. And that's enough. At this point, we're going to go ahead with a claim of 6 feet local scale or 10 feet crest to trough on Thursday, Friday from that storm we were just seeing as it fades off out of our swell window here. But then right up on its tail is another one for a few days later. Not going to be as big. Obviously, the winds are not as high. The higher the winds, the more potential for long period forerunners. But this guy will keep us looking fun starting next Wednesday, the 25th, all the way through the end of the month. Then we're going to go quiet for a little period, but take a look. Some of these storms coming. It's the season. You can tell that it is changing. Now, of course, we're in a summer pattern, and we are looking at, just wind swell wrap for the North Shore. We were hoping for some tiny little west swells, but they haven't materialized much, not like it that we had in May. But anyway, we have some fetches from the upstream. You can see right here. This is going back 10 days, and we'll click it in, and you can see that those fetches continue due to the dominant high pressure that's been sitting here, about a 1030 millibar high pressure that's just been pretty much semi-permanent, very typical this time of year. The high pressure will be doing something a little different here towards the end of the week, and I'll get to that. And over here, you can see Hurricane Christina fading off as she heads into cooler water, but we will be seeing some wind swell from this hurricane right here, bringing plenty waves to Baja recently, and sending us off some 10-11 second mixed east swell in with our locally generated wind swell. So we're not going to see a whole lot of size, just a little bit longer periods from that. And again, this is going to be here towards the second half of this coming week. Now here we are looking at today's models, and there's the big blue showing the big high pressure. There's some minor storms up here that are sub-gale that are not expected to do much. Even this guy is not expected to do much. If anything at all, it'll be a 1 foot 10-second west-northwest swell, maybe the 29th if you want to bust out the longboard and join the 25 people out at Chun's. And then take a look at that high pressure. This is the season, so that's what we're going to be looking at for the long haul. All right, jet stream as of today not looking really good. The northern branch we're not seeing anything from, and there's a lot of blues, so we're not seeing much generation there. But as you can see off to the west, we start to have a more equatorial bound flow. And the low pressures go clockwise in the southern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the North Pac. There's that one system that will be bumping us up. There's a large storm, but it's very close to New Zealand. Man, if that thing would have been out just a little bit further, we're still going to see some significant swell. And then we have another one on its heels, as I was showing you, and it's all revealed by these large upper air currents we call the jet stream that steers and enhances surface low development. Going from the upper regions to the surface charts, these are hand-drawn to make it easy. There's the high pressure. It is going to be moving to the west and then dropping south towards the weekend and weakening. And the trade winds are going to be backing down as well. We are talking about the trade winds as this high moves to the east. The winds will veer northeast on Friday, Saturday, and drop 10 to 20, and then drop to, maybe 5 to 15 miles an hour Sunday, possibly setting up a sea breeze pattern. We'll just have to wait and see just how much that high does weaken, but it is expected to drop south and weaken, changing the scenario. This low pressure out here, we're not going to see any swell according to the Wave Watch 3 forecasts, and high pressures will be the main deal for the winds, waves, and weather until those souths pour in from 4,000 to 5,000 miles away. All right, we do have a upper trough pulling in the clouds and bringing in a little bit of unstable weather. We saw some rain this morning, Tuesday. That'll be passing off and clearing. You can see the lower level clouds coming in from the east to northeast, and the big high pressure spinning clockwise up here. Drilling down is a little bit easier to see those upper levels. Highs are going to be about 88, lows about 74, and we are expecting a really nice weekend of weather. Right now, though, you can see the reflective loop showing quite a bit of rain, especially windward in Mauka, but the leeward side cleared up beautifully today. We'll finish off by these beautiful wind charts that show more activity starting to come up towards the southeast of New Zealand. Some easterly wind flow up here on a large scale. Some minor low pressures over here that we were hoping to get some west swell. At this point, we're not going to make the call. And there you have it. We'll catch you back here in about 10 days on Surf News Network. Mahalo.